Welcome back. This week we're going to tie a variation of the woolly bugger, probably one of the more popular variations, and this one's going to be a JJ's. Brown and yellow main colors on this one. You got a little Grizzly hackle in it, so it some rubber legs. If you fish this one, you can dead drift it, you can swing it, you can strip it. What I would do with it mostly is probably fish it under a hopper, because normally, it's pretty rare if I fish a single hook pattern when I'm out streamer fishing. I do it. There's certain ones that I tend to go to, or even run this, as your second fly in a streamer setup. But it'd be very rare for me to fish, with just a single hook pattern by itself. So I'd likely have this one under a hopper. You can twitch a hopper and the fly's going to move underneath. I do that a decent amount with a mini dungeon during hopper season, even though I hate fishing hoppers, but that's neither here nor there. On to the JJ's. So to get started on this one, we're going to have a two-tone tail. This is just a standard size 4 streamer hook. 3X long. Actually, nope, this is size 2. This is a size 2. My bad. Typically, these are tied in size 4, but we're going to go with the 2. To start off on this, like I said, it's a two-tone tail. Get a good wispy Marabou. If you tie a lot of these, it really pays off to get the what they call bugger packs, and it's just basically woolly bugger tails. I don't tie a lot of these. I don't tie a lot of woolly buggers in general, so I don't really have a use for buying or getting that type of Marabou. So I'm just going to find a really wispy one, and that's going to be my tail. Get back here. And if you want as well, what you can do with this, you can go ahead and take, and I really don't recommend doing this, but if you don't want to go out and buy the separate packs, what you can do is just take this stuff, and this isn't a great example, but you can just take this and peel this off from the side and use that as your tail. But I don't know, I don't like that too much. Just find a good wispy one, or go out and spend a couple bucks and get the Marabou or the bugger packs. I'm going to throw the gold Flashabou in here, 2 strands doubled over. It looks like I got more than that. Yep, I got 3 strands, so oh well. Actually, this is going to work out, so I can take those 2 out, and there we go, we're good. We're good. You can do the Krystal flash, you can do whatever you want to on this, just a little, and you can omit it all together if you'd like. Just a little bit of flash internal on the tail, which you see done on a lot of these videos. And then I'm going to find, this one isn't the wispiest, so I'm actually going to double up this tail. It's going to kind of get lost when I tie it in. The yellow's going to want to overpower it, and you'll see as I set this on. So I'm going to double up this tail just to make sure that I have enough brown. The brown's going to be just slightly longer, if anything, than the yellow. And before I move to the front, I'm going to get this other stack tied in. There we go. Lay this brown over top. Like I said, it's just filling out the tail a little bit. It's making it to where the yellow's not going to dominate this. And there. Just trim that. We'll take this right up to the front. Just going to grab some brown chenille, keep it on the card. Tie in your brown. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. I want to tie in my hackle first. So I'm just going to go ahead and take, and you can do Schlappen, you can do strung, whatever it is. This is just a longer piece off of a neck. Just as long as it's flexible, that's all that really matters. And I'm going to tie this one in tip first. I'm not going to tie this one in with a rib or anything like that, how you normally see, like when I do the dungeons or the Octobers, whatever it may be. I'm going to tie this in from the tip. I'm not going to counter wrap it with a rib or anything. I'm going to tie that in, and then I'm going to go, and we'll take this off the card actually. We'll just tie in some brown chenille. And I'm getting a little bit of a bump here that I don't like, so I'm going to advance my chenille just slightly to help with this taper. It's getting a little sloppy there, but I think it's all going to work out. Getting a little sparse up in the front. What I may do is go back over it a little bit. Before we wrap all of this stuff, I'm going to take some yellow sparkled legs, and just like when I did the big hole bug a couple of weeks back, if you can keep these things together, it just makes it easier when you're wrapping this stuff. There we go. I'm going to throw a set of 2 in here toward the back. Get back here. Can't get that right where I want it. Go ahead and just figure 8 over top of this. Loose wraps, get 2 in front. Boom. Pull tight. Bring this up to the front. Throw you another 2 in here. And I recommend not trimming these beforehand. It's easier to manipulate this stuff as a whole, as opposed to having everything cut to length right now. Get these up in the front third. Same thing. Figure 8. 1, 2, pull tight. That's going to clinch that X down, and your legs are going to hang right how you want them. Next thing that I'm going to do is just start working my chenille right through the body. Pull this stuff back, and you can see this is where it benefits to keep these legs longer, because they're not going to be in your way as much as if you kept them stubby, how they were designed originally on this fly. So keep your chenille long, keep your legs long. Just everything's so much easier to work with this way. Let me get one more. No. Peel these legs out of the way. Get right in front. Get the conehead out of there. And then just keep working this through. Keep working it through. All the way up to the front. And you're actually going to suck into the conehead on this one with your chenille. See how that cone's no longer bouncing around, it's pretty stable. I'm going to take this all the way up, and then we're good to trim this. Next thing, we're going to take this hackle, And I'm going to start this off by hand, but I'm probably going to wind up having to grab some pliers just to make sure it cooperates with me. And then start working your hackle through here. Just kind of peel all this stuff back, make sure your fibers aren't going to be too webby. They're not going to stick too much. Oh, come on now. Thing wants to keep rotating on me. It's not going to make a pretty fly if it rotates. Cross between your first set of legs. Go through and then really start spacing these out. And if this works out right, where are my pliers at? I'm going to have this really nice wispy stuff at the end just to give a little bit of bulk to this. Add a little bit more swim. And it looks like it's going to cooperate just fine. There we go. I like this wispy stuff at the end. I like it all nice and fluffy, a little bit bulkier. There we go. There. I like that stuff right at the front, and it's probably tough to pick up on camera just because I'm wearing, a lighter shirt and everything, but this is really nice and wispy right here at the front, and that's really what I like. And what I'll do is I grab all four of these, or all of these sets of legs at once. I just grab them, let loose, and then cut. And then you got some legs going every which direction here. And there you have it. The last thing that you can do on this, and I'm going to just because I think it's going to make it look a little bit better, and this is the same thing that I did on the woolly bugger that I did back a couple months ago. So I'm going to take and just create a quick dubbing loop, throw that in there. I'm going to grab some brown ice dub. And I'm just going to fill out the gap between the cone head and the body. That's all I'm after on this. It's just filling that gap in just slightly. So go ahead and grab some brown ice dub, get that in your dubbing loop, give it a quick twist. And I capture leg. There we go. Then I'm going to take this, give it a quick spin. Just fill in this gap slightly. And you're good to go. Get that out of the way. Kind of pick this hackle out a little bit. Move your legs around. Get them how you want them, because as soon as it hits the water, it's not going to make a difference how your legs are sitting. But coming off the vise, it looks a little bit better. And there we go. Like I said, the ice dub at the front isn't necessary, and it wasn't done on the original. I just like doing it because it keeps this head from moving. The head's a little bit more stable. If you want to beforehand, what you can do to keep that head more stable, and you're still going to have to fill something in there, you can throw a couple of wraps with a lead wire or whatever it may be, and it'll just keep that a little bit more sturdy. But essentially, there it is, minus one little tweak with the eye stub. There is the JJ's version of the woolly bugger. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them with me and I'll get back as soon as I can. But thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next week.